This is the Survivor Files with from Survivor Gabon, Maddie Whitmore. Nice. So I know you're a trainer, Maddie. How did your career as a personal trainer prepare you to be on Survivor?
My career as a personal trainer, I think it was more of my career as an athlete and a physical guy and an outdoorsman and growing up in between LA and a ski resort, Mammoth Lakes. I lived between Pacific Palisades, which is here in LA on the beach, and a ski resort in California called Mammoth Lakes, California. And Mammoth Lakes is a very outdoorsy. It's about skiing, it's about snowboarding, it's about mountain biking, motocross, wakeboarding. And in LA, I was always surfing. I always played football, baseball, golf, ping pong, pickle. I just very athletic. So my athleticism helped me on Survivor, and it was more my athleticism than my personal training. And maybe personal training because I deal with a lot of people one on one. Being a trainer, you become very intimate with people, so you learn the psychology of humans a little bit better, and you kind of understand human psychology because you're dealing with people in such an intimate way. And so I think, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, like I remember on from the show, from watching the show in the first episode, you really had to help out Jillian on that challenge at first when you guys went up the hill.
Yeah, that was such a long time ago. And looking back, I remember that I know that me and GC, I think the guy's name is, we were out
Yeah.
front at the start of the run. And then I started to think about like my brain just started to go in overdrive, and I started to look back and realize that people were slacking. And I think that Survivor was a team effort. I always was told that it was a team effort. So you got to just, you can't leave anybody behind. So I just went back and helped out Jillian and I think Crystal maybe at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember people thinking it was kind of weird because Crystal was this accomplished Olympic athlete, and she struggled at the challenges on the show.
She was a she was a very athletic woman, but it's just Survivor's such a different kind of athleticism. You got to be able to just. She was more of a power athlete, I think, and I think it's a lot of flexibility required, just personality, flexibility, just flexibility overall. And so, yeah, she was definitely a force, but I think she could just run straight ahead real fast. I don't know if she could.
Yeah.
She's very flexible. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I got you, man. Um, let's see. I know for your season, you came in fourth.
Yeah, I made it to the last day and then lost to Bob in a fire challenge.
Oh man.
Yeah, heart
Yeah.
that was heartbreaking. But Bob was a excellent survivor. That guy deserved every bit of it.
Yeah. From watching his episodes, he seemed like he was a good like survivalist guy. Like he knew how to build stuff.
The guy was bred for survivor. I mean, I was just a kind of a dipshit from LA, just got slid, just wasn't prepared for Survivor. Like that guy had been training his whole life, it seemed like, for Survivor. So he deserved every bit of it. The guy deserved it. He's such a good dude. He deserved to win. He deserved everything he got.
Hmm. Yeah. Like, yeah, I know that in the vote leading up to the fire making, you and Sue, I think, voted for Bob, and Bob and Sugar, they casted votes for you.
Yeah, I Bob deserved it. I would have, if I could go back in time, I would have voted for Bob all the way. The guy totally deserved it. Totally deserved it. Justice prevailed on that show for sure on my season.
Yeah. Honestly, like the way the tribes were selected was pretty interesting because it was kind of a schoolyard pick. Um, they let Jillian select one tribe, and yeah, they gave the other tribe to Bob.
Yeah, it was. I, I was against the wall the whole time. I was constantly on the losing team, and I don't know who picked who. It was so long ago, but I know that I constantly had to suffer. I suffered, in my opinion, I suffered more than anybody else on that show the entire time. I never got to leave Fong or Fang. I never got to leave that same little camp. We were constantly losing, constantly suffering. Our team was just like the bad news bears. It was, yeah, it was a rough. That was rough.
The thing that was weird is you guys, for whatever reason, you wanted to get rid of your strongest people. You voted out Jackie. You voted out Ace.
Not me. I was constantly just going along with the. I was going along with the flow, and everybody. It was like Chris. I remember Kenny and Crystal. They were kind of like powerhouses, and they kind of ran the show. And I just kind of went along with it. And they were constantly getting rid of everybody that was worth keeping. And yeah, I never. That was rough. We had it rough.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and like the thing that was really pivotal to the season, like the most important challenge, you were able to win. Like you won the most important challenge on the show,
I was
which
about to get.
was
Yeah, I was about to get voted out. I remember what you're talking
uh,
about.
yeah, yeah, the polls, and you guys had to hold the poll challenge,
I was
and
about to. I was about to go home that day,
mm,
and that was cool. That was a very big moment for me.
yeah, yeah, man, you did great in that challenge.
It
Like
was.
you were fantastic.
Hey, thank you. That was my one of my highlights. That felt great. I knew that I was going home. I think that day, if if yeah, I was going home if I didn't win that challenge, and that was a brutal challenge. And dude, I don't know what came into me. I don't know if it was God or what, but I got lucky, dude, and that was great. That was a big, big challenge, big moment for me on that show. I really kind of look back on it. I was proud. I'm proud of myself for that moment, to be honest.
Nice. Huge momentum swing to the old Fong because the old Fong ran the game after that because then they cast votes for all Dakota and all Dakota got voted out.
Yeah, thank God, because those guys were good. Coda was good. They were killers. They were. Yeah, that was a big day for us.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I feel like that Dakota is on like the new Fong with you. Like you said, like they were gonna vote you out and then they were just gonna kind of they were gonna be able to go to the end.
Oh yeah, they had it dialed, but that day was a big turning point, huge turning point for us. And it saved me.
Absolutely.
It saved me. It got me as far as I did. Without that day, I would have been done.
Yeah. Let's see. So looking back on it, Maddie, for like the final three, which was Sugar, Sue, and Bob, um, yeah, yeah, did you vote for Bob?
Dude, honestly, I don't remember who I voted for, but I know that I would vote for Bob. Bob deserved it. Like I don't remember. I really don't remember much of Survivor, to be honest with you. I don't know why. Like even right after Survivor, I didn't remember much of Survivor. It was just I don't know. I can't really understand why that is, but I know that Bob, looking back on it now, for what like can was deserving of it more than anyone else. Bob deserved to win Survivor. That guy should have won Survivor. I'm so happy that he won Survivor. I should have got second place behind Bob though, because I believe I suffered more than anybody else. And if Bob didn't win, Bob should have won, but I should have got second. I still believe that.
And if you look at where Sue and Sugar finished, they only got as far in the show or because of you. Because like if Sue or Sugar would have gone with Coda, or Coda would have gotten rid of them a while ago.
Yeah, totally. I love those two women are wonderful women, and I'm glad they got to where they got. I still think I should have got ahead. I should have been in front of them, but you know how it goes. Life goes on, and it's just how life goes. But they're fun. They're good. They deserved it. They worked hard. Everybody worked hard out there. They made it. They Sugar was she was good. Susie was good. They just yeah, the light was shining on those two ladies that those days, those 39 days.
Yeah, like I feel like the people on your season played a really huge game. Like I feel like they played a big game at Coda, but like you were talking about, just like or Ken and Crystal, like they were able to do a big game too.
They were scrappers. They were real scrappy. They scrapped and they did well. Those dude the Kenny, he was a schemer. Crystal was a scrapper. They were tough. They were tough. They did it. They did great. Kenny did great. Crystal did great. We had a rough. Fong had it rough. Fong had it real rough the whole time. If you watched our season, we had it real rough.
Yeah, yeah, no, like it's just you guys like couldn't really win challenges and stuff like that, and like
It was brutal. It was
wanted a
brutal.
leader and then you didn't want a leader, and that kind of stuff.
It was so brutal, dude. It was so brutal. On Survivor, you just got to go with the flow. You can't really make waves. If you make waves, you might go home. So you just try to stay under the radar. And if you stay under the radar, you got to go with the flow. And the flow seemed to always go in that weird kind of direction. So you just got to go with it, dude. Suffer.
Yeah, gotcha, man. Yeah, like it looked like you guys were doing okay, like, but climate wise, it was probably pretty brutal.
Yeah, it was. I was never been so cold in like at night, freezing to death, and never missed home so much. Hunger was brutal. Being cold all night long was brutal, and being cold, hunger, and I guess missing home. And Survivor's also pretty boring. It gets pretty boring out there.
Hmm. Okay. A question regarding food and hunger. Like from day to day, what did you guys have to eat?
I just remember eating like four stickfuls because you'd find a stick and that would be your spoon. And I would get four stickfuls of rice for breakfast and four stickfuls of rice for dinner. But people, like you said, Fong was just kind of like the bad news bears. So they would waste food, they would lose food, burn food, we'd go through food. But I remember it was like four stickfuls of white rice for breakfast, four stickfuls for dinner. And then some days no food. And then water was always tough. And I hated it. I lost a lot of weight. Every day that goes by, the ground gets a little more like it's because your bones get more exposed. So the ground becomes more uncomfortable while you sleep. It becomes colder because you're
Oh,
thinner. But that was rough.
yeah, gotcha, man. Yeah, like it didn't look like you guys had a lot to eat, so no.
No, no, no. And plus, they wasted rice a couple times. They burnt rice a couple times on accident. We were a real disaster. Like a lot of people,
Yeah.
we were just, yeah.
So I'm a little bit surprised of who you guys voted out first. you voted you voted this really skinny girl
Yeah.
or my shell.
Yeah. I I don't remember much of her, but I don't think it was a bad vote. I don't think that one was a big deal.
No, I was just kind of surprised, but like you guys all indicated that her mood was bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, she didn't. I didn't really have a problem with much of anybody on that show, but I guess they said that she had a negative vibe going to her. But I don't think that's a reason to vote somebody out. But she probably could have done it better than a couple other people they got rid of. But it wasn't a big deal to me. That one wasn't a big deal to me. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was. Yeah, I don't really know about that one.
yeah, like it mattered more later when you guys did the tribe swap and you guys got Jackie and Ace, and they decided to vote out Jackie instead of Kelly.
Oh yeah, Jackie was good. Kelly was. Yeah, Kelly was good. I don't. Yeah, those ones are tough. The early votes for me were tougher because I don't. It would seem to me a little more clear who you're voting out later as the game went on. You could kind of understand it more and how it was going. But dude, I never saw Survivor before I was on Survivor. I've never seen Survivor since I was on Survivor. I didn't know how like all the little curveballs they throw at you and tribe switches and this challenge and that challenge and I didn't expect much. I really don't think you can plan for Survivor. People would ask me before I got on Survivor, what's your strategy? And I had no strategy. Zero. And if I went back to Survivor right now, I would have zero strategy. Zero.
Okay, so did you guys had hidden immunity idols on your season. Or
Oh
would
yeah.
you have liked to play with hidden immunity idols again?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think so. I think so. It helped me out that one day. Sugar gave me her idol. That helped me out. That was clutch. So yeah, I would play with those things again. That was cool. I liked that. That was
Hmm.
good. That was because Sugar gave me her hidden immunity idol and saved me one day at tribal council. So yeah, I would play with those again. Those are good.
Yeah, I got you. Let's see. If you could choose a player to go all the way with, if it could be you and one other person to go into the final three.
Bob.
Mm,
Bob was the best survivor there was.
mm,
That guy was, like I said, born and bred to survive. Born and bred for survivor. He deserved it, dude. That guy had been like seemed like preparing since he came out of the womb. So Bob for sure.
mm. Nice. Um, yeah, like he played a really strong game. Probably not as strong a social game as he should have played, but he played a good game.
He played great. I mean, I don't know about the social game, but I know that he was a pretty capable dude. And
Yeah.
yeah, he was definitely a good guy as well. Very good guy. Solid, worked hard, provided, was good at physical challenge, was good at the mental challenges, good at the puzzles. The guy was all around good. He was a good dude. He deserved it, truly.
Um, so like the first day that you guys were in Gabon, or what was that like, Maddie?
Well, there's so much preparation to get there. You're just like you're in Africa. You're not on the show. You're just like going, what's going on? And they play a lot of mental games with you. And the day that it started, the big helicopter, we were supposed to do a photo shoot, and then all of a sudden we come walking over a knoll, and then there's Jeff Probst saying, "Game starts now." And it was a pretty exciting, surreal moment. And yeah, that was nerve wracking. It was exciting. It was fun. It was super fun, dude. It was such an adventure. It was so, I had no idea what I was in store for. So for that first day, it was cool. Looking back on it, it was such a shock that the show starts now. I finally made it. You really did make it because they play with you till the very end, like, oh, you're not on the show yet. You're not on the show yet. And you're in Africa, and they still say, oh, you're not on the show yet. You're not on the show yet. And I'm just like, oh no. And then I finally was on the show, and then we had to run across that field and get to the other side. That was adrenaline. That was a rush. That was wild.
Hmm. Yeah, I got you, man. Nice. So like right after Jeff says the game starts now, is that when you guys did like the drafting of the teams?
No, 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 no. Wait, how did that work? We ran across the savannah. We had to run up the thing. And then how did the teams get picked? I forget how it went, dude. I don't remember. But yeah, I don't even remember. I don't remember at all. I know that GC got there first though.
And he got the necklace.
Yeah, he got there first, and then everybody came up the hill, and then they sent you on your way. I don't remember, dude. I don't remember how that worked. Sorry,
Okay.
I have no idea how that worked. I totally forgot, dude.
Uh, yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Like from like what you said, Maddie, it sounds like the first like day or so, like you guys had a lot of stuff going on.
Hold on, I lost you. Are you there? Oh, there you are. Yeah, it was just right when you get there that it's nerve-wracking. You don't know what it is. I didn't ever watch Survivor before I was on it, so I never knew what was in store for me. So it was probably more exciting for me than a lot of other people because I just had no idea what was going on. Zero idea. It was an ultimate adventure. It really was. But it was also scary. You didn't know what was going on. It was a it was cool, man.
So hypothetically, say a producer from the show called you up tomorrow and they said, "Hey, Maddie, would you want to be on Survivor 2027?
Yes,
Would you play?"
after I went on Survivor, I wouldn't have gone back and like I did turn it down at a time. Right after I was on it, uh I got approached by Lynn to maybe try out for some next season or another also returning season or something. And at the time, I called my girlfriend at the time, Jamie. She said no, not a good idea. I called my mom. She said not a good idea. I called my ex mother, Jamie's mom, and she said not a good idea. So I called Lynn Spillman back and I said, hey, I don't think I have it in me to do it again. And then I get off the phone with her. I call my brother and he says, yeah, you idiot, you got to do it. And then I call my other brother. He says, yeah, moron, you got to do it. Then I call my dad and he says, yeah, of course you got to do it. But I listen to the girls and never more than in 2020 when coronavirus came around did I want to go back to Survivor. When coronavirus was here, that was when I really, really had the desire to go back and do Survivor again. That sounded so great at the time. And ever since 2020, I've had the urge to go back on Survivor. I would love to if they gave me the opportunity or however that worked, I would love that. I would do it for sure. I know I messed up before by turning it down, but I wouldn't mess up again.
Gotcha. I know sometimes they'll have the fans vote for people they want to see play again. So
Yeah,
sometimes they do.
they should vote for me, dude. I'd kill it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I
man.
would kill it. I would kill it this time more than I would. I feel better than ever at my age. I could crush it now. And now I know what to expect because I've done it once. I still haven't seen Survivor since I saw my season. I watched my entire season, but I don't really watch I don't really watch TV like that. So I don't know. But I would definitely crush it if I went back. I know it, dude.
Oh, I think you would too.
Put in, put in a good word for me, bro. Come on.
Yeah, man. Let's see. So I think those are all the questions that, yeah, I had, Maddie. Do you have anything else from your Survivor experience that you
Uh,
wanted to share?
I just got to know a survivor. I've been going to this. I go to the same. I'm from LA, right? And I go to the same coffee shop for years, like 20 something years. I'm going to the same coffee shop on 14th in Montana. It's in Santa Monica, kind of where I live. And I've been having coffee there every day for years and years and years. And I've been seeing the same dude. I never knew him. And we were sitting there chatting one day, and he said he was on Survivor, and it was his
Oh,
name is
nice.
Philip Shepard. He was on
Yup.
Survivor. And so now we've become buddies. I see him at coffee all the time. Now we say hi.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, there was a now I don't live in I'm from Palisades, but I don't live there anymore because we had a big fire here. And the
Yeah,
fire
I heard about that.
just destroyed the town. And so now I live in the Marina Del Rey. It's another little side town in LA. And then yeah, just still living the same old life, training, teaching yoga, doing artwork, paint a lot of ping pong. I play a lot of ping pong. Same old stuff. Where are you living, Gru?
I used to live in Philadelphia. Now I'm uh living in Pittsburgh. Um,
Pittsburgh.
they they have a they have a they have a a a Pilates class at my gym.
Oh,
That
sweet.
yeah, I should probably do that.
Only if you like it, dude. Only if you like it. Don't do anything you don't like.
I'm not, Pilates is a good time. I have
Okay,
a good
good.
time doing it.
All right. Well, yeah, so that's about it with me. But if you can get me back on Survivor, help me out, dude. I would appreciate it, bro.
Well, I'll I'll see what I can do, Maddie.
Thank you, my brother.
Cool, man.
All
Okay,
right.
this has been
Just so you know,
Survivor Files.
just so you know, Drew, this is my first you're my first interview I've ever done since Survivor, just so you know that.
Uh, thank you so much for doing this, Maddie. I really appreciate that, man.
I've never done this before, but I did it. It's kind of wild. Sorry if
Uh,
I sorry if I can't remember things as well as I should, but
that's okay, man. And oh, uh, that if you played again, you would do really well.
yeah, I definitely would. So let's pray for it.
Cool. Thank you so much for being on, Maddie. All right,
All
this is
right,
the
dude.
Survivor Files with Maddie Whitmore.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the support.